at the Zimbabwe Military Academy. In Gweru, he is expected to preside over the graduation ceremony in Midlands. And quite a sizable number of the military personnel would be graduating today at the Zimbabwe Military Academy. Now, this graduation comes as tensions in Zimbabwe are actually escalating, especially as Emerson Mnangagwa has actually begun the process of extending his term of office up to 2030. From the look of things, some military chiefs in Zimbabwe are against Emerson Mnangagwa mutilating the constitution of 2013 and specifically coming after them by actually taking off the clause that empowered the military to undertake a military coup in 2017. We've heard individuals like Themba Mliswa actually saying military chiefs were made over him and they went to the house of retired General Chwenga. Whether there is truth in that or not, but they usually say there is no smoke without fire. What is quite imminent, what we know at the moment is that the relations between Emerson Mnangagwa as well as the military may be shaky. His extension of the term or his amendment bill number 3 of 2026 is not actually supported by all senior chiefs of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, including retired military personnel. Some, they view this as betrayal because Emerson Mnangagwa, remember, according to Jealous Mawarire, he was given a clear instruction following his defeat during the 2018 elections that we will rig elections for you just to lead Zimbabwe for 5 years. After 5 years, you should make sure that you hand over power to someone who will win elections for ZANU-PF. Well, Emerson Mnangagwa, after actually the military generals told him that, we saw him heading to actually Europe and organizing an interview. We are told that they paid a lot of money for that interview to be organized, where Mnangagwa divulged that he was going to go for a second term, the second term that is currently serving. I mean, greedy people never actually quench their thirst of greediness because after being allowed to go for a second term through the use of the Central Intelligence Organization branch called FAS, which chaotically undertook elections in Zimbabwe, we see Mnangagwa also aiming for more, this time around extending the constitution of Zimbabwe with 2 more years, extending the term of office. This is not in the interest of anybody else, but this is in the interest of the Emerson Mnangagwa family. So we expect anytime soon for Mnangagwa to be actually presiding. As you hear in the background, the military personnel, they are actually doing the parades. So Mnangagwa is expected to preside very soon. It will be quite interesting to hear what he will say during this graduation. We have seen 2 warring leaders of ZANU-PF, that is Emerson Mnangagwa, as well as retired General Chwenga. Every time they get an opportunity to address a gathering, actually sending a clear message to each other. One message that Chwenga has consistently sent is of one man, one vote, saying this is what we fought for during the liberation struggle. It's something that Emerson Mnangagwa wants to take away from Zimbabweans. He wants the president to be elected by members of parliament, not directly by the people of Zimbabwe. Actually, they cite the example of South Africa, not knowing that even in South Africa, the people of South Africa wants to elect their own presidents. They have been fighting to change the constitution so that they can elect their own president. They get a president who gets the direct mandate from the people, not a president who is not voted by the people, but rather voted by the members of parliament. So we expect the proceedings, we will check, maybe we may actually give you the live address of Emerson Mnangagwa, and most probably the analysis post his address. It will be interesting to listen to what he would say. But the ceremony at the moment as we speak in Gweru, currently in motion, where some students will actually graduate. Let me actually get into the details of the story of how many military personnel are expected to graduate. So this is the 41st officer cadets graduation ceremony at the Zimbabwe Military Academy in Gweru. It says, according to state media, the president Mnangagwa, who is the commander-in-chief, they love to say all this nonsense, of Zimbabwe Defense Forces, is this morning expected to officiate at the 41st graduation ceremony for officer cadets at the Zimbabwe Military Academy in Gweru. The graduation ceremony will witness a total of 105 officer cadets being commissioned to become officers in the military. Of the 105 who are being commissioned today, 89 are from the Zimbabwe National Army, while 16 are from the Air Force of Zimbabwe. There are 20 female regular officer cadets who will be commissioned. Initially, there were 170 officer cadets under the course, and a staggering 65 could not make it due to the rigorous and intensive nature of the training. So some not actually making it up to the end. I've heard it is not reported what they happened, or whether they absconded or they were killed in the process. I've heard these military trainings are quite difficult. I've had friends who actually joined the military. Some they are in the military at the moment as we are speaking, actually chronicling that it's very, very tough. Especially if let me not mention this for their security, but they were mentioning that it's very, very tough, and they are always actually sent on the front lines, secret missions of the government. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to subscribe. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars.